Hey everybody! Today I decided it was time to trim my blackberry vines. I basically trim those vines that are no longer leafing out and fruiting. And here's what I do with those. I take those trim vines and put them into a bucket of water. I do this because I am making a wreath out of blackberry vines. You've probably seen this done out of grapevines and you've probably purchased some, but you can also do this with blackberry vines. Here's my starting point. I did this one last year and I'm just going to add to it to make it bigger and bigger. I'm starting with one of the more malleable vines, so it's a little bit easier to feed it through and twist it around. And basically all I'm going to do is take one end, feed it in where it's a snug fit into the already existing wreath, and just start wrapping it around. And this is a very rustic, free-form wreath, so whatever makes sense for you, whatever your style is, that's what you do. There is no right or wrong way to do this. The most important thing is to get that end snugly fit into the wreath so that it doesn't come loose as you continue to wrap it around. And I am wrapping it as much as I can. You'll find some of your vines might not be as malleable, and so you won't be able to wrap them as much as I can on this one. That's why I like to start with all the malleable ones before they dry out. When you get to the end of the vine, you are going to tuck it in, again, very secure spot, so it will stay and not pop out on you. And you're just going to repeat this with all the remaining vines until you get the form that you want. Now, I like working with some of the really long vines, but they can be a challenge to work with. So I wanted to show you this. It's a little bit humorous. I get slapped around a few times by the vine, but it just makes it easier to have one continuous long vine to work with and wrap around, and I think it just makes it look prettier, but it's not always feasible, and I end up having to cut this one off. It just was a little bit unwieldy. The next thing I want to show you is how I put a hanger on this wreath. I cut a piece of a wire hanger about 6 inches long or so, and I form it into a circle, and then I find what I want to be the top of the wreath and the center of that section, and I feed it through, and I put it low enough that you won't be able to see it when it's hanging, and then I'm going to twist the ends together with some pliers so it is secure. And it's as simple as that. And here's what my wreath looks like at this point, but I'm going to continue to wrap more and more vines on it until I get it to the size and the form that I want. If you see any of the ends of the vine sticking out, go back at this time and play around with them, get them hidden from the front. You'll notice that one is really green. So what I do at the very end when I'm completely done with this, or each phase of this, I will hang it outside and leave it for days to dry in the sun. And all of those ones that are still green or they're still malleable will dry out and they will hold their form. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have a great day.